Hello, Liverpool fans. Welcome to the Liverpool Report, your go-to source for the latest news, match updates, and transfer stories straight from Anfield. Don't miss out on any of the action. Hit that subscribe button now and stay in the loop with all things Reds. Virgil van Dijk has again urged Liverpool fans to buckle up and enjoy the ride as he predicted more twists and turns in the Premier League title race. But the Reds captain insists anyone worried about their ability to hold on to the lead should remember how they get the job done in the 2019-20 season. Arne Slot's side moved back to 7 points clear at the top of the table following a 2-1 win over Wolves on Sunday. But the Merseysiders were forced to cling on late in the game after Matthias Cunha pulled one back for Wolves. It made for a nervous Anfield in the closing stages before the Reds reinstated their advantage over rivals Arsenal. Now, Slot's men head to Aston Villa on Wednesday, before a trip to Manchester City on Sunday in a huge week for their title ambitions with 13 games to go. I said it weeks ago, we just have to buckle up, enjoy the ride, said Van Dijk. There will be a lot of twists and turns. If you're not ready for it, and we have been there already, it will be a difficult couple of months for you, but I feel like we as a team are ready for it, and we will give it everything we've got, and we will see in 13 games if that is enough. It is all about game by game, and not looking at others as we have no influence on other teams or other situations. Van Dijk added, "We are all human beings, and I totally understand anxiety or nervousness can kick in, but we have to just keep going, and we need the fans in the best shape of their lives, and they need us to be in the best shape of our lives as well." Liverpool can move 10 points clear of the Gunners' night if they beat Villa. Despite having then played a game more, it would still be a big blow to Arsenal's mindset. Van Dijk is not bothered by that, but he just wants the Reds to find ways to get over the line in games so they continue to rack up enough points. He said, "We will keep going and hope the other team will slip up." That is probably the mentality for Arsenal, but we are the other side of it. And that's the main focus for me. We have to keep winning. Keep putting 3 points on the board, no matter what. Find a way. And I think that was also the mentality the season we won. It kept going, and we found a way. The Dutch defender doesn't want his teammates to be worrying about their rivals either. He has been passing on his title race experience, having won the trophy in 2019-20, but also come agonizingly close in 2018-19 and 2021-22. He said, "Because I don't know how others would think, I can only say what I think, and what I tell the boys to do, and what I think is good to do. Because I've been through this whole situation and been coming short as well twice. It is difficult to say certain players in our team might watch other teams, but it is not going to help you. The only thing you have to do is just focus on us. Let's try to win every game ahead of us, and if we do that, then obviously we have success. But we have to put all our energy in only ourselves, and that is hard enough already. You saw how Wolves made it difficult for us in the second half, and on Wednesday, it will be very difficult again. If you focus on other things, or look at others, it is only going to backfire. So we keep going." Van Dijk warned that tomorrow's clash with Aston Villa is huge, and he is wary of January signings Marcus Rashford and Marco Asensio. He added Wednesday will be very difficult. Villa Park, one of the best atmospheres in the Premier League. They are in a very good situation with good players and new additions who can hurt you. Arne Slot reckons Mo Salah's unflinching dedication to his fitness is allowing him to reach Cristiano Ronaldo-style levels of excellence, even if he plays every 72 hours. And the Cop boss claims there's no finer role model for emerging young Liverpool stars who will be at Anfield long after Salah has departed. When that will be is still anyone's guess, with speculation leaning towards a parting of the ways with Salah out of contract at the end of the season. For now, Slot is just enjoying every moment alongside the 32-year-old star and watching the shimmering brilliance Salah brings to work every day. As Liverpool look to bounce back to winning ways against Wolves after their shock FA Cup defeat at Plymouth and a dramatic 2-2 draw at Everton, Salah's hunger and desire to improve have left Slot in complete admiration. And while he may be 32, age is just a number when it comes to his fitness mentality, which, Slot believes, identifies Salah as younger than his years. In certain things you can see he's 32, and what I mean by that is that he is so experienced and so smart to know where the ball will fall, says Slot. That's a positive thing about being 32. that he has lived through so many situations that he just feels that the ball can fall there and he's there, like the second goal at Everton. In other parts, like how fit he is, what he does to be able to play every 3 days at his age. Well, he's not the only one who does that. I think Cristiano Ronaldo is still doing it at the age of 40. But Mo is also definitely an example like Virgil van Dijk for our younger players. How fit they are and how able they are to bring their best performance out every 3 days. But 32 is not old. For a football player, it's still a good age to be at, and Mo is proving that. Slot stars are pumping out high levels of quality, which has already delivered a Carabao Cup final against Newcastle next month and a commanding Premier League lead. But it's clear Salah's contribution this season, 22 goals and 14 assists in the league, make him the outstanding performer. Every manager loves to work with the best players in the world, because if you do an exercise or you try to have an idea about playing, these players can execute it even better. But what excites me most is that Mo is a very humble person who wants to work every day to become a better player. To come in knowing that you're going to work with players who want to become better, that's what excites me most as a manager. Then, my efforts are useful. If they didn't want to become better, then my efforts would be useless. With tough upcoming games against Aston Villa, Manchester City and Newcastle after Wolves, Slot has claimed Alexis McAllister is another inspirational character who can help shape Liverpool's destiny this season. And he believes at Everton, McAllister proved exactly why he's a World Cup winner with Argentina. The midfield all have their individual qualities, and together they are very strong, but it's no coincidence that Maka won the World Cup. In the most difficult circumstances, he stood up. It was a hard, difficult game, so for him to be so good, to fight so hard, and be so mentally strong, that's what you need if you want to win the World Cup. He stood up, and that was one of the reasons he played so well. I don't think he had 25 through passes, and that's what we sometimes see from him as well, but it was a game that was more about fighting, and he was there, definitely. Arneslot will be allowed to manage Liverpool from the sidelines during Sunday's clash with Wolverhampton Wanderers, despite seeing red against Everton. The Dutchman was sent off by referee Michael Oliver during Wednesday's 2-2 stalemate at Goodison Park, as the Reds and the Toffees clashed after the final whistle had blown. Abdoulaye Doucouré ruffled the feathers of Liverpool players by celebrating in front of visiting fans, with Curtis Jones running over and confronting the Everton star. Oliver brandished his red card to both men for the incident, before Slot also found himself sent off for aggressively shaking the referee's hand while ranting at him. As a result, Slot is now faced with the prospect of a 2-game touchline ban, but the FA are yet to make a decision on their punishment, and will decide his fate after reading Oliver's official report. As a result, Slot will be able to continue as normal when the Reds clash with Wolves at Anfield come 2 p.m. on Sunday. It's not the first time that Slot has been penalised by the FA either, having served a suspension in December after accruing 3 bookings. And the manager who replaced Jurgen Klopp last year has recently acknowledged that he needs to learn how to control his emotions better in the heat of the moment. Speaking to media after the Merseyside derby, Slot said, "I hope because I'm a human being. But the way I was during the game, I wasn't planning to react the way I reacted after the game. Again, the 7 or 8 minutes extra time. If you just watch them back, so many incidents happened in those 7 or 8 minutes that, yeah, I got too emotional. Instead of going inside and calming down and then talking to the referee, I decided to walk out onto the pitch, which wasn't the smartest thing to do in hindsight. We're in a business that's quite emotional. I'm the type of manager that likes to control as much as I can, so if my player makes a wrong decision, I blame myself. But this is a part you can't influence, and then you get all emotional, like I did during the game. I wouldn't say I was calm during the game, but especially in extra time, it was probably just a bit too much to stay calm. The best thing I could have done was just walk inside, but unfortunately I didn't." Liverpool found themselves 1-0 down early on in the last ever Merseyside derby at Goodison, when a well-worked set-piece routine found Beto, who slotted the ball past Alisson 11 minutes in. Alexis McAllister levelled the game 5 minutes later when he met Mohamed Salah's cross in the centre of the opposing box, before flicking the ball past the scrambling Jordan Pickford. Salah himself then gave Liverpool the lead with 73 minutes played, smashing the ball into the net at the back post on the back of a rebound from Jones. But it wasn't to be the league leaders' day. That's because James Tarkowski nabbed a hard-fought point for Everton 8 minutes into extra time, thumping a volley in at the back post before wheeling off in celebration. Liverpool now play host to Wolves at Anfield on Sunday, and will hope to carry on their incredible run of form in the Premier League. The Merseyside team have achieved 17 victories and 6 draws from 24 games in the 2024-25 campaign thus far, putting themselves 4 points clear of second-place Arsenal. Wolves, meanwhile, will be desperate to push themselves as far away from the relegation zone as possible in coming weeks. The Midlands outfit currently sit 17th with just 5 wins to their name, a mere 2 points from the drop zone. Mohamed Salah's agent has dropped a curious hint about his Liverpool future by posting a message of praise for head coach Arneslot. The Egyptian star's Anfield future remains up in the air with only 4.5 months remaining on his contract. Salah has been free to speak with other clubs since January 1st, and several clubs in Saudi Arabia's Pro League have maintained a keen interest. But with a calculated 4-word statement about Slot on social media, Salah's agent Rami Abbas has dangled a suggestion that a resolution might be in sight. Abbas quoted a post with an image of Slot and the Premier League table showing Liverpool's 7-point lead with the simple message, "Excellent at his job." And such a ringing endorsement would appear unlikely if Abbas was certain that his star client is set to leave Liverpool soon because of a contract impasse. Salah is keen on staying, but is demanding a contract that meets his expectations. Previous reports suggest the issue has surrounded his insistence of a longer-term deal than what the club's hierarchy is willing to offer. Liverpool, for their part, are hesitant to sign a player who turns 33 in June to a contract that could include a sharp loss of form. But Salah is putting up arguably his best season ever, with 22 goals and 14 assists by mid-February, including one of each in the midweek Merseyside derby draw away to Everton. He is the current favourite to win the 2025 Ballon d'Or. The award for the world's best, Salah, has been coy on his future since the bombshell interview after defeating Southampton in November, when he made it clear that contract talks were not progressing. The futures of captain Virgil van Dijk and fullback Trent Alexander-Arnold also remain undecided, with the former appearing more likely to stay, and the latter still expected to join Real Madrid and best pal Jude Bellingham as a free agent.